Hello everyone, welcome to Students Point. This is 22nd of October and for past few days I have been suffering from mild fever, but in last 2 days it has increased drastically, so it might be condition that tomorrow I would not be able to present the video. If I am well, then obviously I will present the video. Otherwise I will ask one of my friend to at least prepare the PDF for you guys. And don't worry, that guy is well versed with his job and he will do justice with his job, as this time you can understand his capability by this time he has appeared in UPSC 2021, sorry, UPSC 2020, and has scored more than 130 marks, while it is estimated that the cutoff will remain around 100 from general category. So he will do justice. At least he will share the PDF in the Telegram group, and after that, when I will recover, I will present all the videos whichever are left. However, today I will go to the doctor. If I am recovered, then obviously from tomorrow onwards I will present the video. Okay, so let's see some important questions here. The first question: New START Treaty, an arms control treaty, is between USA and, so it is an arms control treaty between US and Russia, and it is a treaty which aims to limit strategic offensive arms, and it was entered into force on 5th of February 2011. It has replaced the START 1 treaty which was signed in 1991. Why news? Because recently Russian President Putin has proposed extending this new START treaty by at least 1 year. Next question: Which became the first state in the country to formally reject the central government's 3 farm acts? So it is Punjab. Punjab has formally passed 3 bills and has formally rejected central government's 3 farms act. So now the question is that whether state has the eligibility or constitutional authority to pass such act which violates central government's act. Yes, it has such authority under Article 254 clause 2. In normal condition, it cannot surpass any of the central government's authority or central government's law. But in one case, that is under Article 254 clause 2, state government can surpass or overrule any act passed by central government. But here is a condition that this law passed by the state government must get the president's assent, otherwise that law will become null and void. And one more, so that even if the law is passed by the state government and has got the president's assent, then also central government has the authority to pass another act and overrule the law passed by the state government. I hope you understand it. Otherwise, read it for once, you will get it. I have written everything here. Next question: Recently, a giant cat geoglyph was discovered in. So it was discovered in Peru. So here D is right answer, and this is how it appeared. A giant cat was made on this mountain hill, and these are group of geoglyphs known for depictions of larger than life animals, plants, and imaginary beings. The site is around 450 km away from capital Lima, and it is centuries old image. Okay, next question now. Consider the following statements about Anemia Mukt Bharat Index. It is an initiative of Ministry of Home and Family Welfare and UNICEF. This statement is correct. And Punjab was ranked at the top with an AMB index of 46.7. No, it is Haryana which has topped this Anemia Mukt Bharat Index, not Punjab. So here only first statement is correct. B is the right answer. Haryana has topped the index with a score of 46.7. Next question now. Which edition of India International Science Festival will be held virtually? So it is actually the 6th edition of India International Science Festival, and it is observed every year to celebrate the achievement of India's scientific technology advancement with students, innovators, craftsmen, farmers, scientists, technocrats from India and abroad. It was launched in 2015. Next question. The Police Commemoration Day is celebrated on. So it is observed every year on 21st of October. So here B is the right answer. The day is observed to honor the martyrs who sacrifice their lives in the service of the nation. Now let's see some more points in news. During April to August 2020, total FDI or the foreign direct investment inflow has reached to US dollar 35.73 billion, and it is the highest ever for the first 5 months of financial year. So whatever FDI was being received by India in the first 5 years of its financial year, this year marked the highest FDI inflow. What is FDI? See, FDI means investment within which the investor gets some ownership rights in the assets or in the company in which the investor is investing. While there is a concept called as FPI or FII, in that the investor does not get any ownership rights in the company or in the firm in which the investor is investing. So this is the basic difference between FDI and FII. However, there are much more difference, but this difference is the most important one. And this FDI inflow has increased despite the fact that GDP growth has contracted 23.9% in the first quarter, that is between April to June 2020. So I hope you find the video useful. We will see. Any questions remained, tomorrow or day after tomorrow we will cover everything, so don't worry about that. From tomorrow onwards, for few days there might be a condition that my friend will be uploading the PDF in the Telegram group, but still if I will recover from tomorrow onwards, I will start uploading the video. Okay, so I hope you guys will keep supporting. Subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Wait for the upcoming video. Until then, stay safe and thanks for watching.